Hey guys, welcome to Tea for Two. Today we're going to be making mini brown butter donuts with a cinnamon sugar coating. Let's have a quick look through our ingredients. For the donut, we'll need 82 grams of butter, which should leave us with around 65 grams after browning. Other than that, we'll also need 50 grams of caster sugar, a medium egg at room temperature, 100 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a quarter teaspoon of ground cardamom, which is optional, a quarter teaspoon of vanilla, and 50 milliliters of milk. Then for the cinnamon sugar coating, we'll need 50 grams of caster sugar, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and I forgot to show this, but extra butter for greasing the tin and coating the donuts, around 50 grams. If you're interested in the full written recipe, I've included a link to it in the description box below, so feel free to go check that out. Okay, so now we have all our ingredients, let's start baking. The first thing we need to do is make the brown butter and then chill it back to a more solid state for creaming. Let's start by adding our butter, which we've cubed, to a stainless steel pan and heating it on a low heat through 3 phases, melting, boiling and foaming, stirring constantly to prevent uneven browning of the milk solids. Once the butter turns a deep golden brown, we want to take it off the heat immediately and pour it into a heat-proof bowl to cool. Depending on how hot it is where you live, you might want to put the brown butter into the fridge to help it harden up a little. When your brown butter is back to a softened butter state, we are ready to start making our donut batter. Preheat a convection oven to 170 degrees Celsius, then add the brown butter to a mixing bowl and loosen it up with a whisk until it's lighter in colour. Then add the sugar and cream together until we have a smooth batter. In a separate bowl, crack in the egg and add the vanilla before lightly whisking it together. Add this to our butter-sugar mixture and whisk again until we get a light, fluffy batter. Then into our bowl of flour, we'll add our spices and baking powder, stirring it together before adding a third of the flour mix into our batter and folding with a rubber spatula until just combined. Then we want to pour in half of our milk and again mix until combined. Repeat these steps until all the flour and milk has been added, making sure to finish with flour. Once it has come together, we have ourselves our donut batter. Transfer this to a piping bag with a large round nozzle tip. Set this aside while we grease our donut pan. In a microwave or a saucepan, melt 40 grams of butter. When it's melted, we can grease each donut hole and then pipe a single layer of batter. Bake the tray in the preheated oven for around 10 minutes. Once they're baked, turn them out onto a wire rack and let them cool completely. While they're cooling, we can make our cinnamon sugar by simply adding the cinnamon into the sugar and stirring thoroughly. With the donuts cooled, butter melted and cinnamon sugar ready, we can begin the coating process. Lightly brush the melted butter onto both sides of the donut, making sure not to overdo it. We don't want soggy donuts. Then we can drop it into the cinnamon sugar, dipping on both sides. And that's it. Moorish, bite-sized baked donuts that are quick and easy to make whenever a craving strikes. Thank you so much for watching, and if you do give this recipe a shot, remember to tag us on Instagram so we can see how you guys get along. We really hope to see you again next time as we bring you more recipes that make a perfect tea for two.